No matter what you've been through until now, no matter the old traumas, no matter the old sadness, I want you to know this. You can turn things around. It's never too late. And as long as you are alive, even if you are 20 or 60, you can transform every single aspect of your life. And today I'm gonna share with you how I did it twice, how I completely changed my life twice in under 4 weeks. Hi, I'm Cristina. I'm a success hypnotherapist and quantum jumping coach. And if you are here to grow your spiritual business in a way that elevates not only your finances, but also who you are, who you feel yourself to be inside yourself while living an extraordinary life, then hit the subscribe button. Now guys, until now, in my life so far, I went through 2 big metamorphoses where my life completely, radically changed. And each of these 2 metamorphoses were designed, created, and experienced within 4 weeks, in under 4 weeks. So today I'm gonna share with you how I made that possible. Even if the starting point was showing no signs that what was about to happen was even possible. Now, the first metamorphosis was turning from a bitter corporate woman, single, heartbroken, bored with work and life, completely disconnected from herself and her purpose, turning from that person into this new woman who started finally her dream business, helping other people change their lives. A woman that left behind the big city life that she really hated in order to move into this small city in Portugal, living near the beach. A woman that started living life next to her newly found love, which is now my partner, has been my partner, my husband for the last 14 years. So this was the first metamorphosis. Now the second metamorphosis was turning from this burnt out entrepreneur whose health totally collapsed, facing the possibility of death, turning from her into this woman that is so much more relaxed, so much more fun, so much more prosperous, so much healthier, the woman that I am today. And guys, I want you to notice in both cases, in both metamorphoses, I used similar processes, but with some very big important differences. And today I'm gonna break it down for you. I'm gonna tell you exactly what is working and what is working even better in order for you to have transformation, deep, permanent transformations that happen very, very fast. So during the first metamorphosis, I focused mainly on visualization and the reprogramming of my subconscious mind. And this meant that even if I was so disappointed with the life I was living at that moment, I created this parallel reality inside myself, inside my mind. And I would visit this reality and the scenes that I created in my imagination. I would visit them throughout the day and especially at night before going to sleep. So I would often go in my imagination and I would let myself feel the delight of having people transforming their lives through the work that we were doing together. I let myself feel the joy and the excitement of having people telling me how changed they are inside themselves, how life is so much better after the changes that we created together. I let myself feel the satisfaction of having money being paid to me for work that I loved doing. I loved sharing with the world. And as at the same time I was manifesting my love partner, I also let myself connect with this person's energy in my imagination. I didn't know who this person was. I had no idea how they were looking like, but I let myself be in their presence. I let myself feel the warmth and love of our relationship. I let myself feel the fun of having this partner with a great sense of humor and going through life laughing together and having fun. I also let myself feel the happiness, the contentment of knowing that I'm unconditionally supported, that this person is shoulder to shoulder, is next to me unconditionally no matter what, because they love me that much. So I let myself immerse in my imagination and create these future memories from the future that I kept on revisiting again and again. And things started shifting very, very fast. In less than 4 weeks, the person who is now my husband for 14 years asked me out, asked me to go with him on a date, and 1 month later, he asked me to marry him. So life changed completely and started changing within 4 weeks since I started designing a completely different reality. But here's the caveat to all this. Reality completely changed around me. Life completely changed around me. But I kept being the person who felt that things that I wanted required hard work. I kept feeling a lot of pressure, putting a lot of pressure on myself in order to perform, and I kept feeling not good enough. I kept feeling like nothing was really good enough, no matter how much I performed, how much I achieved. And all this happened because I did the work, I did the inner work in order to create results, in order to transform my life, but I didn't do it in order to change myself, in order to be a different person. And the result of all this was that I created a reality where everything was changed externally, was looking amazing externally, but inside myself I was still putting a lot of pressure on myself. I was still feeling the feelings and thinking the thoughts that I had been feeling and I had been thinking since I was 15, 16. I was still criticizing myself radically in the most mean ways. I was still putting a lot of pressure on myself in order to create results because I needed validation. I was still feeling this anger and pressure and urgency inside myself. And eventually all this piled up until I collapsed. My health collapsed. I was a multiple 6-figure entrepreneur who was faced with the possibility of death because she brought herself, I had brought myself till this extreme of stretching myself inside myself. And that was a wake-up call. That was the moment when I found a deep motivation inside myself to do the work in order to change, to do the work in order to elevate who I am being inside myself. And I committed to that work as if my life depended on it, because my life depended on it. And guys, all this is to say that if you reach moments when you feel like I can't live like this anymore, those are so potent moments for your transformation, because you can take all that frustration, all that energy behind that, this is enough. Enough is enough. You can take all that in order to fuel your motivation to do the work, in order to change yourself so that you get the life that you truly want. Now, here's the process. Here's the method that I used the second time during my second metamorphosis. I made this pact with myself that I would go through this inner 30-day challenge where I would put myself into an immersion experience of transformation. And hear me out. I deeply believe that in order to get a fast change, a fast, deep, permanent transformation, we have to give ourselves a deep immersion. We have to place ourselves into this cocoon of metamorphosis and let ourselves immerse into our change. And here's how I did it. So for 30 days, every single day, I would do these 5 things. The first one was to start my days with a Dr. Joe Dispenza's meditation. Initially, it was breaking the habit of being you. Then I started alternating it also with the heart opening meditation. Then the next thing I would do was to listen to the self-concept elevation hypnosis that I created for myself. And I'm still going there and listening to it every time I need a boost, even today. And this is because it's so powerful. And you can check it yourself. I'm gonna leave the link in the description. Now, the third step of my routine was to play with the frequencies of I am safe, I am loved, I am loved, I am lovable. And hear me out. Only during my health crisis, when there were days when I had really little energy left, only then I realized how much constriction I had been carrying in my body, how much pressure I had been carrying in my body, how much I had been living out of survival mode. A mode where I would always keep my shields up. I would always, subconsciously protect myself. And as I was doing that, I was cutting myself from my creative powers. I was cutting myself from the power to create the reality that I truly wanted. So this is how I discovered, first in myself and then through the work with my clients, that cultivating safety inside ourselves is fundamental for fully accessing our creation power. So this was the third step, choosing to train my subconscious, train my nervous system, train myself, my body to feel safe in my body, feel safe in my life. And then I coupled that with journaling on new truths that I was choosing for myself, new truths about who I was and about how life was working for me as of that moment. So this was the third step. The fourth step after that was to take myself through visualization, take myself into my imagination, where I was visiting with all my senses, I was experiencing with all my senses a scene that was reflecting the reality that I was moving toward. So that was the visualization part. And the last step of my routine was to do a letting go, a surrender practice, where I was blowing spaciousness between me and my desire, between me and the vision that I had just visited and experienced with all my senses inside my imagination. Now guys, as I said, it's really important to make this be an immersion. Before 30 days, you will see monumental results, but you need to let yourself immerse yourself into your cocoon of metamorphosis. And during this journey, there will be ups and there will be downs. There will be great moments and there will be moments when it feels like, oh my God, I've been doing all this work, what is happening? And it's important to acknowledge that they are all part of the process until you reach the balance. Every time you think like, oh my God, this is so great, and then, oh my God, this is so terrible, and so on and so forth. I want you to imagine a pendulum. When we release the pendulum from one extreme, then it goes to the other extreme and then goes both ways until it reaches the place of balance. This is how stabilizing yourself in the new reality feels like, looks like, and works like. Now guys, here's your homework. Here's some things that are absolutely necessary in order to get the results that you want. These are the conditions for this metamorphosis work to work for you, and to work for you very fast. Now, the first reminder is that you need to take full responsibility for the change, for your change. The victimhood mentality has to go. You are the biggest force in your reality, in your world, and there is no one and nothing outside of you that has bigger power over you than you. There is no other person that can influence you. There is no horoscope, there is no tarot, there is no healer, there is no whatever it is. There is no one else that has bigger power to determine what you are experiencing, bigger power than yours, unless you give your power to them. But why would you, when you are the master of your world and you get to decide what you experience? The second condition is that you need to commit to your transformation, to commit to it as if your life is depending on it, because this is your life and it's happening right now. The third condition is to practice stepping out of the survival mode and into the creation mode every time you feel like you are defaulting back on protecting yourself, on putting up those shields of fight or flight mode. For all those moments and everything in between is important, is essential to practice feeling safety, feeling love, feeling deserving. And one additional practice that I love, and it's so miraculous, is to keep on practicing new elevated emotions besides safety, deserving, love. Practice new elevated emotions that you choose for yourself, that you want to normalize inside yourself. Like, ask yourself, if I could feel gratitude right now, what would gratitude feel like in my body right now? If I could feel abundance, overflowing prosperity right now, what would that feel in my body? If I could feel satisfaction or fulfillment, what would that feel in my body? If I could feel freedom, what would that feel in my body? And let yourself feel those new elevated emotions. Normalize them, because they will be keeping you not only in creative mode, but they will be elevating your frequency. They will be elevating your attraction point. Now, the fourth reminder, the fourth condition for this work, metamorphosis work to work, is to always keep at the forefront of your consciousness that imagination creates a reality. You create your reality through your imagination, which simply means that you need to normalize your new reality first in your imagination and let yourself experience being in those scenes with all your senses, with a smell, with a touch, with everything that allows you to have an experience as if it were happening right now. But here's an important reminder that I received by reading again recently Neville Goddard's work. Don't force yourself into visualizing, into experiencing the scenes that you are holding in your imagination. Instead of that, let them come to you as if you are recalling memories. Let them come to you as memories from the future with the same lightness that you are recalling memories from the past. This, when you let it really sink in, it's such a game changer. Now, the last condition for this metamorphosis work to work is to understand how to treat the downs, the moments of wobble in your journey. They are not something that might happen or damn, it happened. They are part of the process. Every time you find yourself in a moment of wobble, don't beat yourself up. Don't make it mean something that you don't really want to experience. Don't make it mean something negative. Instead of that, become aware, like, oops, this is a wobble, and then let yourself move the energy through your body. Usually wobbles are moments when we feel like we are collapsing inside ourselves. We are feeling like we are losing momentum, we are losing trust, we start doubting, we start spiraling down. If we dwell in that energy, then that energy will just be spiraling down and we spiral down with it. So instead of that, just notice what is happening, and the moment you feel like, okay, this is a wobble, decide to move that energy out of your body. And one of the most powerful ways is to literally jump up and down while you let yourself release from your body that pile up of energy, of tension, of pressure, of fear, of anxiety, whatever it is that you are feeling in that moment. You can dance it out, you can play some music, but just even the act itself of shaking your body and allowing your body while you are jumping up and down to release that energy, moves that energy out from you. And as that energy is leaving your body, you can then pivot inside, and instead of staying in the, oh my God, I feel what I feel and why am I feeling like that, you can ask yourself, what can I be grateful for right now? What can I appreciate right now? And something else that will be very, very fun and also extremely potent for these moments is to start playing what if games inside yourself. You go inward and you start playing with possibility. You start asking yourself, what if 2 new clients are signing me up and paying in full today? What if 10 more people are joining my program by the end of this week? What if I receive a new opportunity, something that will deeply change my business, and I'm receiving the mail today? What if my audience is exploding and hundreds of new people are joining my world by the end of this week? So you see, it's really you playing in the field of possibility and asking yourself, what if, what could be possible, and what would that feel? What if that happened? So remind yourself this inside yourself often. I'm becoming the kind of person that gets what she wants. I get what I want. My reality shifts the moment I focus on the shift. My focus is altering the fabric of reality. I am walking in a state of overflowing abundance, and I am becoming a match for abundant receiving. I command change. and I am a match for change right now. So guys, all this is to say that no matter where you've been, it has no relevance when it comes to what is possible for you next, because you are changing the fabric of reality the moment you decide you are doing that, and you can decide that you are doing it right now. Now, if your soul craves space where you are held in your magic, you are reminded of possibilities, and you are supported to step into higher realities in business, in life, then join us inside the Magic membership. You have the details below. Come play in your next level reality.